April 1st today, right? Well, this begins a new month, of course, and April is Child Abuse Awareness Month. Elizabeth Pulley is the Executive Director of the Children's Advocacy Centers of Arkansas. She's joining us this morning with ways you can help to prevent abuse and neglect. Good morning, Emily. Now, first off, let me ask you, what do the Child Abuse Centers do?
So child abuse is in April this month, and our child advocacy centers provide free direct services to child abuse victims. And we provide advocacy to help the parents navigate through the system, forensic interviews that can be recorded for prosecution, medical exams if needed, and also mental health services to provide that hope and healing for a child.
They do a whole lot, the advocacy centers do. How many are there in the state?
Now, we have 17 full centers and then 10 additional satellite centers in rural areas. So we do cover and provide services for all 75 counties.
So those 17 kind of like in some of the larger cities, kind of equally spread out across the state, right?
Yes, correct. And they provide those services for the kids, and even we provide prevention services. So if school districts or after-school activities or church groups want to actually learn how to use the hotline number, what to do, signs of abuse, we can come out and do some free training for those groups.
Y'all can do some training like that. Well, that's good. Now, have you been able to do that training here during the last year because of COVID-19?
It's been a little bit challenging, but what we've done is incorporated some trainings over Zoom and some kind of unique things through the internet. I mean, even we've done trainings with groups. We've read stories to kids over the Zoom and things like that. So we've tried to find creative ways to continue the process.
About how many kids does the Child Advocacy Centers really help out every year?
In 2020, we served over 10,000 kids in our centers state.
And it's for all kinds of abuse too, right? It's not, there are different types.
Yes, so sexual abuse and physical abuse. I mean, sexual abuse is number one of the type of abuse we serve, but we also have, during COVID especially, we've seen an increase of physical abuse.
Physical abuse, really? Wow, that's sad. Do you see physical abuse or sexual abuse happening more or less in certain segments of society?
Not really. We continue to see just sexual abuse being more prevalent in our state, and then physical abuse. And sometimes they just go together too. Just depends on the situation.
All right. If somebody wants to help, Elizabeth, how can they really step up? What would you tell them? What's the first thing they can do if they want to help?
Check out our website or our Facebook page. Our website is cacarkansas.org, and you can find your local CAC to get involved. They have events, they have opportunities. You can bring in snacks and food for the clients, and just to be involved. Come tour one of our centers if you want to find out more about it. Also, I just want to say that, if you suspect child abuse, to really learn about the child abuse hotline number. And if you suspect it as a community leader or as a neighbor or as a teacher or your involvement is, the number is 844-SAVE-A-CHILD. So please use that. If you suspect it, give the hotline a call.
Should be a number we can remember. Just remember 844-SAVE-A-CHILD, and we'll get that, which is why you develop acronyms for them, right?
Yes.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully there will be a lot more awareness gained here during this month, and I hope you guys get a lot more help, and hopefully those numbers of children in Arkansas who need the centers goes down over the next year. We hope so. Let's get it down to 0, right?
Exactly.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Elizabeth. All right, let's go check in with Randy.